Thank you for joining me today. I do these intros. My name is Tim. This is Freight Master Resources and everything. I don't know. It struck me today. I'm in a little bit of a mischievous mood today. And I don't know, for some reason it popped into my head. There's a comedian and he was talking about, when he was kind of like first coming up and he was on some show or something and they gave him like this sash, right, with his name on it. And there was these other celebrities and things there. And, he's standing around. He's the only one with a sash. And he's like, hey, where's your old sash? And they're like, they don't need sashes. People know who the hell they are. So I don't know. Should I wear a sash or something? I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was kind of humorous. And anyway, like I said, I'm just feeling a little mischievous today. So I'm just kidding. But anywho, today I wanted to talk to everybody about lawsuits in the trucking industry. Okay. I kind of go back and forth between, the brokerage side of things, the trucking side of things, bringing awareness, things like this. And I thought that this was a really good topic. I had a few others that I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to touch on AI and kind of how that's sort of coming along in the industry and things as well. But I thought that this was, it seemed a little bit more important. I don't know, maybe I'll do the AI thing tomorrow or something, or maybe even later today. I don't know. It depends upon how my day goes. As of right now, I'm all covered up. So I don't know. We'll probably get to some emails later on in the day, help some people. We'll be jumping on some cold calling, things like that. But anyway, aggressive lawsuits are threatening big money losses for trucking companies. Okay. Litigation expert Bill Kanaski, I hope I didn't say that incorrectly, has a wake-up call for the trucking industry. Okay. Lawsuits are getting more brutal and trucking companies are at risk of being taken advantage of. Okay. So this goes everything from, the owner-operator level all the way up to huge fleets, right? The mega fleets. Kanaski argues that personal injury lawyers see truckers as easy targets for massive payouts, also known as nuclear verdicts. Okay. These lawyers, according to Kanaski, are highly organized and relentless in their pursuit of big money settlements. Okay. Before I jump into like some of the highlights on this, I'm sure that everybody's seen some of these videos. Just as a quick example, and I promise I'll be short about this. And I've had way too much coffee today, so if I'm talking too fast, you might have to go back and rewatch this. But we've all seen these videos. Truckers have the dash cams on, and these four-wheelers come up in front of them, and they brake check them, until they get bumped. And obviously, you put a VW Bug or something in front of a semi. Well, even a smallest little bump's probably going to cause some damage. Oh, my liver, they're going to be holding, whatever. Come on, but the dash cams have really helped a lot in regards to frivolous lawsuits, predatory type things, just like with the trucking or the towing that we talked about before. It's really predatory on the trucking industry against truck drivers, trucking companies, and that. So if you don't already have a dash cam, get one. Okay. I don't really have any recommendations on the best ones. It's, research those, maybe talk to fellow truck drivers that, have one and maybe get their recommendation. Okay. So moving on, here's what truckers need to know. All right. Be prepared early. Don't wait for a lawsuit to get your act together. All right. This will all be about being proactive. Train your staff, including your drivers, safety directors, and HR personnel on how to handle themselves in depositions, right? Or the questioning before trial. And if you've ever been in a deposition, it's It's like going to the dentist, having them pull your teeth without any Novocaine, right? It's just brutal. At least for me, it's very boring. It's very, I don't know. Anyway, get aggressive. All right. Don't be passive. Fight back against unfair accusations and understand the tactics plaintiff attorneys use. All right. The deposition danger. Depositions are crucial. A bad deposition by a trucker can significantly increase the chances of a huge verdict against the company. Okay. Kanaski emphasizes that unlike billboard lawyers who go for quick settlements, these aggressive attorneys are in it for the long haul and are willing to go to trial for a massive payout, right? And because they know that trucking companies have these, massive insurance amounts and things. So yeah, they're not going after just a couple of $1,000s. They're talking hundreds of thousands, millions. They're in it to win it, right? They achieve this by attacking your weaknesses. Okay. They'll target unprepared witnesses and exploit any inconsistency in your company's safety protocols. Okay. Mock juries. They test their case with mock juries to see if they have a winner before you do. All right. Like they're already like building that the outcome before you even get to trial, right? Demanding too much. Once they have a strong case, they'll pressure you with outrageous settlement demands, right? Like often, like with our judicial system, if you've ever been charged with anything or, been sued for anything, they always start way up here. It's the art of negotiation, right? Think about if you've ever sold a vehicle, you start here, they come in here, you meet somewhere in the middle, right? Just like with our industry, broker starts here, carrier starts there. Oftentimes you try to meet somewhere in the middle. Best case scenario, maybe, depending upon what side you're on. Yeah. Kanaski acknowledges that some truckers worry about ambulance chasing lawyers, but assures them that these are less dangerous as they settle for smaller amounts, right? The real threat comes from well-prepared, aggressive attorneys who are willing to go to trial. Okay. So, after all of that said, you're going, but Tim, how can we protect ourselves? Right. I'm glad you asked. Proper witness training, right? Train your staff on how to answer tough questions calmly and accurately during depositions, right? You need to be as prepared, if not more prepared than they are. They do this for a living, right? So we really need to be proactive on, having our act together before we even get in there. All right. Develop a strategy, right? Don't let your witnesses get defensive or emotional during questioning. Okay. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. All right. By being proactive and prepared, the trucking industry can fight back against these aggressive legal tactics and avoid the financial devastation of a nuclear verdict, right? And especially with, you think about a lawsuit hitting you for such a huge amount, after the freight recession or depression, whatever you want to call it, that we've been in for like the last 2 years. I mean, there's been plenty of carriers, especially owner operators, small fleet owners, if they get double brokered, they cannot sustain even that small loss, let alone, having to go to court and going through all of that, that would just be almost career ending or potentially career ending, right, in this industry. So, yeah, I hope that this kind of serves as a PSA, bit of a reminder for everybody to, again, have your dash cams, and if something does happen, be proactive, right? And then even before something happens, having everything in place to avoid such instances, hopefully, right? again, I want to thank everybody. You guys are still so awesome. We're picking up more subscribers, and things. I love to see it. I love the emails. You guys rock. I really can't say. I mean, really, you guys make this happen, right? So, big shout out to you this Wednesday. I'm still looking for some feedback on the freight sales training that I'm putting together and freight broker training. I felt it was kind of important to break it up into 2 parts because there's enough people out there that have reached out to me with I've gone through the training. I'm having difficulty finding customers or getting customers to say yes, or, these kinds of things, building relationships, et cetera, et cetera. Because a lot of the training is, in my opinion, I think the vast majority of it is a lot of just like it's a lot of like the day-to-day, but it doesn't, a lot of them don't really focus on the sales process, which is such a huge part of what we do, right? As well as carriers out there soliciting business, to find their own direct customers. So this is something that for the sales course that I'm putting together, would be, I think, at least in my humble opinion, beneficial not only to brokers and broker agents, but to carriers as well, right? Sales is a very tough skill to kind of master, and I don't know that anybody ever really truly does master it. Otherwise, they'd have 100% success rate, right? There's some at it that are better than others, but as we get into it and we do it more regularly and we develop kind of our own technique and everything. But this course, I think, is that I'm putting together. Again, in my humble opinion, I think that it's something that really kind of helps point those in sales or wanting to do sales. Again, whether you're a carrier or a broker, would be very beneficial. Oh. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute my phone. So yeah, please give me your feedback on that. I love reading everybody's comments, everything. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. You guys are out there killing it, right? And just making the most of it and the best of it. I'll go ahead and end this now. And as always, be kind to one another. Bye-bye now.